City of Forest Park City Council meeting number 1464. Today is November 11th. It is 7 p.m. We're going to start by standing and saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to start with item number 1 on the agenda, which is roll call. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Adams.
Present.
Brown.
Here.
Clark.
Here.
Harrison. Holt. Moore.
Here.
Sylvester.
Here.
All right, number 1 finished. Moving on to item number 2, which are the minutes. Has everyone received the minutes? Are there any changes or corrections to be made? All right, hearing none. Moving on to item number 3, which is presentations, and we're going to hear a presentation from our local police department. So if you would like to come up to the podium, you can start when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Takia said this can only last a minute, so I'm going to be really quick. I'm just here to talk about Axon. I know last week it was discussed at the meeting you guys had. So I'm here to answer questions. I know there's got to be questions because we're asking for a lot of money over a lot of time. But what I passed out to everybody here tonight is basically the breakdown. And I wanted to explain exactly where this started. So it started when we were looking for a solution to our storage demands, being digital storage. We were running out of space on the city server. Rob Silber was not too happy with us, but most of our investigations now involve digital evidence, cell phones, computers that we actually dump that information, and you're looking sometimes 1 to 2 terabytes in a one homicide case. You'll have that much data. So we were running out here, so we started looking for solutions. Axon offers a solution which works for us because we already have the cameras and we have digital evidence storage through that. So once we started looking at that and a contract for that particular solution, we realized in discussing with the Axon rep that we've got 4 separate contracts with Axon. We've got a contract for our body cameras, our in-car cameras, now the digital solution, and our tasers. All 4 have different expiration dates. All 4 have different payment dates. Axon proposed to us either a new 5 or 10-year contract, which consolidates all of those, and it kind of works like a cell phone plan where they bundle it and you save money on the bundle. So initially we had a wish list. What if we had all the money in the world? And Axon has a lot of products to offer. So we looked at that and then we scaled it back to be realistic. And what is it that we use now that we could re-up that contract? The body cameras, obviously, we can't do without those. Same with the in-car cameras. The digital evidence, that's just the way of the future. And the tasers. Our tasers that we currently have now have expired. Axon is phasing those out. The new ones are the Taser 10s. I believe a couple council members got to see those at the police academy, see what those are all about. Night and day difference, but they're game changers for us in the law enforcement field. So what I've given you is the breakdown of what it costs, what it would cost if we just re-upped the contracts as they expire. That's on the top. The body-worn cameras by themselves, they expire at the end of next year. We're looking at $213,000 for a 5-year contract on the body cameras. In-car cameras expire 27. Those are $320,000. Tasers, they're expired now and they're being phased out. Those are $242,000. And then the storage is $132,000. That's if we did individual contracts as we are currently doing. Those are the prices for those. So you can see, add those up over a 5-year plan, you've got $909,000. If you do Axon's plan of 5 years, it's significantly less because they bundle. If you do Axon's plan for 10 years, it's significantly less because of the bundle. We would save approximately $106,000 over that 10-year period. Over the 5-year plan, and we would save almost $300,000 over our current way of doing it right now. So that's where we are. That's what I wanted to share with you and answer any questions you may have.
Does anyone have any questions?
Well, yeah, you're fine.
In looking at the
the contract and this information that you now provided, it does bring some clarity, and it does show real numbers as the difference between 5-year versus the 10-year. And I know we understand that technology is definitely going to advance in that period of time. So does the contract, or is there some separate clause that it advises in advancement of the toolings or how the applications or the software may advance? Will there be some type of kickback or some type of change that may allow even more of a credit for this extended period of time?
Right.
And also, in the contract that's listed, when I'm looking at the numbers and what's been defined for the 1.5, I'm sorry, but 153,000 per year versus the contract stating 156,900. So is there some newer outline of the contract that you may have received that for us to have the 153,000 versus the 156 that's listed, noted in the contract?
Yeah, the 10-year contract is 153,000 a year over the 10 years because it's $1.531 million. So it's just divided by 10. Now,
I'm looking at the payment summary.
you're on the contract itself?
Yeah, I'm looking at the contract.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
my apologies. And I should say as well, this is what they call the TAP program, which simply means that there's a scheduled refresh of all equipment and software that's built into the plan. So on the 10-year plan, our body cameras get refreshed or just replaced every 2.5 years.
Okay.
Right now, it's body camera 4. That's Axon's name for it. If they come out with body camera 5 or body camera 6, we get that new technology
At no additional cost.
at no additional cost.
Okay.
Same thing with the in-car cameras. The only thing that's not, I mean, the in-car cameras we get every 5 years. They'll replace it at 5, they'll replace it at 10. If they have newer technology, newer software, we get that at no extra cost. The tasers are the Taser 10, that's the product name. We get new tasers at 5 years and another new set at 10 years. But those, if they come out with Taser 11, we still maintain Taser 10. So that doesn't refresh up to the latest technology, but they don't anticipate improving on Taser 10 for any time soon.
Okay.
So everything gets refreshed at either 2.5 or 5 years during this contract.
So if a new technology comes out at year 6 or 7, we have to wait until year 10 before the refresh happens.
On the body camera, or I'm sorry, on the in-car cameras, yes, because that's every 5 years.
And then the body cams are every 2.5 and the tasers are every 5. But even in between those time frames, if a technology comes, if we get an advancement, we can't actually have that.
Correct.
Until the term expires, essentially.
Correct.
So to kind of piggyback in that contract, it doesn't guarantee that we'll get that latest innovation or that latest equipment at the 2.5 or 5 year mark for either of these.
I'm sorry, say that again. I don't understand.
But in the contract, it does not guarantee that we're going to get the latest or the new generation equipment.
Yes,
In
that,
the actual contract, it says that we get a refresh, but it doesn't say we're guaranteed to get the latest innovation of whichever piece of equipment that is.
right, that's in their explanation of the TAP program, which may not be explicitly put in that contract, but is what the TAP program means, is that we get a refresh with the latest technology. Now, back to the question of the 156. I see what you're talking about there.
Yeah.
Axon, when they have a plan like this, 5-10 years, they're not saying you have to do $153,000 every year for 10 years. They're saying, if you want to do 50,000 for the first year, and then 200,000 the second year, however it ends up at the end. So what they did on theirs, for whatever reason, is they show a $64,000 and then a $54,000 payment right out the gate,
Yeah,
instead of just going 153 for 10 years. I put in the resolution and our budget for the next 10 years, 153 for the next 10 years, because it just made sense. But if there were a reason why we only wanted to pay 25,000 this year and then a lot more next year, we can structure that however we want. And there is a clause in the contract that states if we do not have appropriations, say in 6 years, for whatever reason, we do not have the money, we then can get out of the contract as it is written. The only thing we would have to do is if we wanted to purchase the actual products, keep the body cams, things like that, then we have to pay
Pay out,
for that
okay.
equipment. But if not, Axon will just come and repo it, basically.
yeah, okay,
That would look bad.
all right.
So the exit strategy would just be a penalty, basically, or we purchase the equipment.
Yes.
We would just purchase the equipment, or they would take it.
Councilmember
What's-
Adams?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. When you refer to the TAP program, are you referring to the Tribal Access Program?
No.
No, it's a different program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the second question I have is grant opportunities. Have you looked at any grant opportunities to make any of these purchases that may be available for resources?
Yeah, we used the grant opportunities for our first round of body cams. So we plan on continuing searching those grants throughout the course of this contract. So whatever grants we can get our hands on, we certainly are going to put in for those.
So then the requested amount would reduce if there are any grants that are acquired?
Correct.
Is there a time frame for any of the grants that you've looked at so far that you have already submitted for and just waiting on a response, or,
No, we have not submitted for any as of yet.
okay?
So the plan is going forward, Lieutenant Dreyer is going to be in charge of the grant that's correct? Yes. She's going to be in charge of the grant program. She just stepped into that role, so there's some legwork to be done. But we're going to look back at the grants that we were granted and see if those are still existing and if they can reoccur and so on and so forth. So yeah, we will dig into the grants going forward.
Okay, and then once you dig into the grants going forward and you do acquire some grants or find out about any new grants, will you let council know? Because that will have a direct impact on what resolution we come to with this.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then my last question for you is, if for any reason we say no, what happens? What happens to the police department if we say, you know what, we can't pull that out of our budget? We don't have it. What is going to happen to your operations? What is going to happen how you do business? Tell us what is going to happen, because you've told us what you can do with it. Tell us what you can't do now if you can't have it.
First and foremost, we'll just start with the body cameras. Body cameras are, they're a saving grace for law enforcement in this day and age. It helps us prove that we're not doing things wrong. It helps us as administrators show when somebody is doing something wrong. You take those away, and we're going back 15 years. Easy. Same thing with the in-car cameras. Now, our in-car cameras and our body cameras, they sync. And so if I have an incident out on Waycross Road and I'm out of the car, my travel there is captured on camera, whatever it's seeing, and then my body camera, and they link together. So you take our in-car cameras out, which also have a camera that focuses just on the back seat. So if you have a prisoner who complains and says, I was mistreated, we've got that on camera, so we can disprove or prove, 99.9% is going to be disprove that claim. You take that
Essentially, it
out,
sets us up for lawsuits.
Litigation, yes.
Yeah, that kind of thing, okay.
absolutely.
So it's a form of protection, not only for the person in question, but also for our police department. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And with tasers, if you were to take tasers away, you're putting us back 30 years.
Well, not even take them away, but the ones that are expired. What happens if, because it's my understanding that the new tasers are more, I don't want to use the term life-saving, but the new design minimizes opportunity for there to be a fatality, correct?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
The old tasers had a distance of 20 to 21 feet. So from me to the mayor, I could probably tase him from this distance.
Don't tase me.
You were giving me that look. But it's not accurate, because the taser barbs, when they come out, they start spreading. So I could very easily miss him from here. The new ones allow me to go 49 to 50 feet, and they're extremely accurate. So it's almost night and day difference compared to what we have now. And what we have now is a game changer when we got them.
Yes.
So this just, it heightens that even more. But if we were not to acquire those, we would remain with what we have for as long as we could. Axon has said that they are not going to support those moving forward, which means the ammunition, the cartridges that we use, they're not going to make those. So eventually, we're just going to run out of supply entirely. Right now, they're not covered under any type of warranty. They've expired the warranty. We've had them more than 5 years. So that's why we're looking to refresh and move up.
Yes, sir. And then I have one more question. I don't. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So, thank you so much, Ms. Harlita. And then the last thing I wanted to make mention and or ask, Forest Park is second largest to the city of Cincinnati. I don't know if you know what they have or not, but do they have these items already set? So we're behind the 8 ball. We're trying to catch up with them. Okay, and with us being second largest, it would behoove us or be beneficial yet for us to consider these items, because we are starting to not see some of the issues that are in Cincinnati. Not that Cincinnati is bad. I don't want anybody to take away with that. But just because we are the second largest, so we have more to manage, more to police. Is that fair to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. That concludes my questions.
So we got to try out the new tasers, and they were night and day difference once we did. Ms. Dreyer did the ones from the old set or old version, but I know that this is about really renewing of a contract or bundling that contract, and so we're not going to take away any of the necessary equipment that we need to keep us safe. But we just want to look at it from a standpoint of how we're able to still be flexible while also maybe making sure that we're in alignment with our costs. I didn't see for the contract any midterm renegotiation options in this.
I
Does
don't know.
that exist?
Not
Or
that
did
I'm
I just
aware
not
of.
see it? So for a 10-year contract, we know that technology, I mean, it moves fast. So you go 10 years in technology, and I know that there's those, the equipment can, 2.5 in 5 years, but even at 2 to 3 years, technology dramatically changes. So going for 10 years on this contract, I think having a 5, did they offer a 5-year option with a choice of renewal or what that would look like
Yeah,
as a bundle?
yes, that's on that as well, the
That's
5-year
narrative,
option.
okay.
What they're saying is what the 10-year
see.
does, and mind you, for the police department, we're just looking for the equipment. How we structure the contract, 5 years, 10 years, or individually, that's fine. That's kind of above us. I'm just structuring it how Axon is structuring it to me. And they're saying one of the issues going forward with the 10 years, it locks in a 4% increase over those 10 years. If you do the 5-year, they're estimating a 7 to 12% increase at that 5-year mark. So that's where the jump
Yeah.
occurs.
So are you saying there's a 4% increase on this fixed rate or of 153,000?
It's already built in.
It's already
Oh, it's built in, okay.
It's already built
okay.
in.
All right, well.
And then, I'm sorry, with the equipment, at the police department, we're comfortable with the refresh every 2.5 and the refresh at 5. What Axon's doing now, which is not included in this, because that was a different contract that was much, much more, is all their AI features. And those, with that 10-year contract, which I'm not proposing, that was the wish list item, those are whatever, because AI is just
Oh, yeah.
jumping.
Yep.
Those
Yes.
are whatever improvements they have, you get immediately. But we're not asking for the AI aspect
And I don't
of it.
think we can afford it. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
The last thing we need is RoboCop running around
Right.
Forest Park, so yeah. Let's hold off on that.
Yes.
I do have a question, though, because I do appreciate the cost savings, and this breakdown is exactly what I wanted, so I think that's good. You mentioned that if there's additional or an advanced or more advanced technology that comes out, the outdated ones would be replaced. What about the rate of growth of our department? So if we're at a certain amount of officers now, will they also include additional body cams, and say we get another squad car, 5 officers, they give that to us at no additional cost, or?
No, sir. Those are, the numbers are included in the contract, currently at 37 cameras, so 37 officers and 17 cruisers.
Okay, so that's something we would have to consider too, yeah.
And please forgive me, I'm sorry, Mayor, but please forgive me, us at 37 officers, what number do we have that makes us at full capacity for?
We're slated for 40. We're
Okay.
currently at 38 with the newest hire coming next week.
Okay,
But that doesn't count the 2 lieutenants, the captain, and the chief. So there's 4 people right there you take out of the, we do not have body cameras.
okay.
Okay.
So if we finish our contract at the end of 10 years, what does the data migration look like for the city?
If we were to switch to a different entity, that's a darn good question, because Axon's
a
going
lot.
to have,
They're gonna have, essentially, it's gonna be their home.
Which-
Our stuff will all be in
which
their
they
home.
do now,
make-
yes.
Exactly.
That's a 2035 council question.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to kick that down the road, so, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all could be here in 10 years, but I'll tell you right
We will
now.
make sure that we own our data.
yes, no, we do own our data.
Absolutely, yeah,
So they can't hold it hostage.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And by the end, we
Okay.
probably should invest in another server at some point, but if they have cloud capability, then there's just no reason.
It's all cloud.
Yeah, I'm saying, that's what I was saying, if
But-
we have cloud capability, there's no reason for that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure. But technology will come out and we can compress the files and we'll save space at some point. I'm sure that tech is coming.
Be
Yeah,
quantum.
yeah, as long as the data center's not here in Forest Park, so let's throw that out there. Okay, does anyone else have any other questions? All right, well, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. All right, that concludes item number 3, presentations. We're going to move to item number 4, which is communications from the public. So this is the time for citizens to comment on matters before council or to ask questions of concern to them. So when recognized, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then state your comments or questions. Council meetings are tape recorded for ease of transcription, and comments are limited to 5 minutes. So if anyone would like to address council now, there should be a sign-in sheet up there. You just give your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to address council. If you go over 5 minutes, we will cut the mic. No, I'm not going to cut you off.
Good evening. My name is Loretta Allen. I live at 641 Waycross Road, and I am coming in regards to the development across the street from us. The residents have expressed concern about the pond that has been dug. We're concerned that there about some type of barrier that's going to be there in light of all of the children with autism that have drowned lately. And so we're very concerned about that. So I wanted to bring that to the attention of council. Thank you.
Oh, this camera part, okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Is there a pond actually? in
It's a
that?
It's
pound.
a retention, it's
Retention
that
pond.
retention pond.
retention
back
Oh,
there.
yeah, there's always going to be a
Yes.
retention pond, okay.
I got
Um,
pictures of it, when she brought it to me last week.
Yes.
When took pictures of it. And, yeah, it can get pretty deep because it's a nice steep hill where all the construction is.
Yes.
And there's nothing surrounding it.
I'm still
And
alive.
it's a nice sized pond, so God forbid something happened where somebody falls in that pond.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's checking, it's dark at night,
Yes.
so
Yes.
something bad could happen.
Talk to them about
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can speak to the developer about fencing.
Okay.
There are
Thank
fencing
you.
around other
Thank you.
retention ponds, so thank you. Anyone else like to address council? All right. Closing item number 4, moving on to item number 5, reports from standing committees. We're going to start with Councilmember Adams.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and hello, council. I have a couple of things I'd like to mention, but for the sake of time and respect of all, I'd like to mention that on Thanksgiving Day, we have been graced with the gift of 500 free meals from Nonstop Flavor. They are here today. They were a little scared and shy to come up, but they have agreed to provide to the community of Forest Park, the city of Forest Park, 500 traditional Thanksgiving meals at no cost. So I will be there. I'm inviting the rest of council to come out and hang out with us that day. The owner of Nonstop Flavor is here, Mr. Roderick. He's here, and one of his employees, Miss Shelley. I call her Shelley. But they are here, and so if they would like to come up and just kind of mention a little bit about that, they're more than welcome to. In addition to, they did bring a flyer, a couple of flyers. And so they are going to provide 500 free meals. I don't know if anyone's ever eaten at Nonstop Flavor, but I will tell you, I have to take my shoes off when I eat the jerk salmon. It is that good. That good. Yes, it is. But if anybody's interested from council in joining us that particular day to deliver meals, or if you know of residents that could benefit from the meal, I encourage you to let us know or let them know so that we can get them a meal. And again, this is of no cost. This is being done by the owner, Mr. Rod, and his employees, and one of his employees is here with him today. Do either of you have anything that you wanted to say about that? I think it's a big deal. I do. That is huge. Because you've only been with us on council, in the city without the truck, I think within the last year almost, I think it has been. So I think that's a big deal. We have businesses that have been here for years. And so for you to step up and do that, I think is phenomenal, especially given our current climate with people not receiving their benefits. So personally, I say thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So we just wanted to say, Roderick,
I'm a little shy.
on his behalf, very short. So, because of everything that's going on with the government shutdown, even though they're back open, people are having a hard time feeding themselves, having a hard time with, everybody has not received their full benefit amount for SNAP benefits. I work for Job and Family Services, and we see that the community is hungry. And Roderick said he wanted to do something for the community. He decided that he's going to shut down his restaurant for Wednesday, Thursday, so he can prepare to give out free food to the community. We're trying to get everybody to come out at no cost. Food that's on the menu is like stewed turkey, brown stewed turkey, jerk turkey, mashed potatoes, cabbage, macaroni and cheese.
bring
And
none.
yeah, no charge. He gonna make it with the love he make like every other day.
Yes.
So yeah, he just want to give back to the community and have the support of Forest Park.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you for stepping up. This is a wonderful thing you're doing. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So that is one of the first things that I wanted to mention. Thank you so much, Mr. Roderick and Michelle. The other thing is that Word of Deliverance will also be doing a traditional Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day that is of no cost to the residents. So if any resident that is interested in that meal, they can definitely get that. And they will also be delivering. So I will be working with Mr. Roderick, but if there are any other council members that are available, I know Word of Deliverance would love to have some additional support. So I'll be running back and forth between the two, delivering meals. Second thing is today, Forest Park fed 267 mouths. And I'm really excited and proud of Forest Park for doing that, for stepping up. We fed 267 mouths today. It was 100 families that were served, but overall it was 267. So way to go, Forest Park, and your partnerships. Please go to the Hamilton County Satellite Office, to our neighboring cities, villages, and communities. They are there to serve, and you can get just about anything you need as far as Job and Family Services, their menu of services that they offer. So please, residents, if you need child support or Medicaid, I know that we've been talking about the government shutdown. If you need to reapply for anything or whatnot, child support, et cetera, those resources are available for you at that particular office. I am a part of the liaison, for the beautification committee and for the quality of life. We would love to have new members participate We would love to have new commission members. So if you're interested, please get with our head of HR. That would be Councilman Harrison. And congratulations, Mr. Harrison. Congratulations, Ms. Clark, and congratulations, Mrs. Moore, for your win for council. So I wanted to get that out there. What was the other? Oh, I think we really should consider the tasers. I would like for a work session item for us to continue the conversation about the garage for police safety. That is something that we really need to really talk about. I know that we are looking at budgets and things like that, but the way that particular structure is made is just not ideal. Also, too, for my work session, I would like to discuss possibly changing our meeting time. We meet at 7 p.m., which gets a little late. And sometimes we're here working way until 10 o'clock, so possibly looking at maybe an earlier time for our meetings. And I would like to say thank you to the City of Forest Park for re-election. I am very happy and very grateful for the opportunity to serve you. And that is really about it. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Adams. Moving on to Councilmember Clark.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. There are a lot of different opportunities in the city of Forest Park for food distribution and things like that. So we certainly appreciate every single partner that we have. People can find out more online. People can find out more from the city as well. We have some known partners that do those things as well as our churches. So everybody should be well taken care of for our Thanksgiving holiday. There were a couple questions about leaves. We cannot, you may not, push your leaves and rake them into the street. That is not something that we want you to do. If you want to compost them, you can do that, or you can have them in a disposal program through by taking them to the Hamilton County resource locations, and those are available online so that you can bundle those up, take them. You can also package those up, or rather put them in bags and put them on side. But please don't put those in the street. And then just in terms of the work session item, property maintenance for, there are a couple businesses I would like to look at just in terms of like maybe filtration systems and what smell can be emitted from a business. Don knows what I'm talking about there. And also perhaps fencing. Maybe nicer fencing for certain businesses that have equipment that's out and unused.
Okay. Thank you for that, Councilmember. Moving on to Councilmember Harrison.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Once again, good evening, everybody. And I'd like to thank all the residents who came out last Saturday, the 8th of November, where we had our annual Veterans Day ceremony, Veterans Day celebration, I'll say that. It was nice, thanks to the young Marines who presented the colors. They looked really good doing that, very professional, and I think they were like 9 or 10 years old who did that. But they did an excellent job. Yeah. Thanks again for all the residents who came out, told stories about their time in service, and we can't thank them enough for their service. So we look forward to doing that again next year. I have nothing else to add. Once again, I want to thank you for bringing the attention about the retention pond. Like I said, when you brought it to me last week, I did take a look at it, and I did take a lot of pictures. And I think this past weekend or something like that, I know there's a fundraiser, a gala for a young person who lost their life in a retention pond, and his mother had a gala or something to remember his memory. So we don't want that to happen in Forest Park, so we look forward, Don, and the rest of the council, just to address that problem. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that, Councilmember. Moving on to Vice Mayor Holt.
Good evening, everybody. I want to send a shout out to you all for, what's the name of your restaurant?
Nonstop Flavor.
Nonstop Flavor, for stepping up and helping the people that are in need for the holiday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're gonna have a thankful Thanksgiving because of you. So I really appreciate that. With that, I don't have anything to add except my favorite thing, so we can discuss that.
Okay, yes. All right, moving on to second Vice Mayor, Dr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Just to kind of piggyback off for Councilman Harrison, the Veterans Day was a huge success, and thank you, Councilmember Harrison, and Clerk of Council, Mrs. Bailey, for putting that together. And our veterans, we're just so proud of their service and their families, and so they have a good time, and hope we continue to do that every year, just to honor our heroes. Also attended the Wawa event in Springdale, so thank you for Wawa for inviting the City of Forest Park for the ribbon cutting ceremony. We're hoping to get one here in the City of Forest Park. But it was a nice event, and congratulations to Springdale for the new business in their community. And that completes my report.
All right, thank you, Dr. Moore. Do you have any work session items?
No, I do not.
All right, moving on to Councilmember Sylvester.
Yes, Mayor, and good evening to the City of Forest Park. I do not have a official report to give, but knowing that we're not going to be in council session next week prior to Thanksgiving, I'd just like to wish a happy Thanksgiving to all our residents, and we're thankful that we have people and groups that are taking the opportunity to share with the goodness that a lot of us have been presented with and might not have been faced with a choice of trying to figure out where we might get our next meal. So we're thankful for that. We're thankful for your open your heart and for your givingness. And you will, as some would say, receive your blessings. So thank you for that. And with that, that concludes my comment for this council session. No work session to add.
Okay.
I'm still waiting on the other one or two to.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Sylvester. That concludes item number 5, which is reports from council members. Moving on to item number 6, which is the mayor's report. First, I do want to congratulate all of the council members who ran this year and won re-election. So it's really good to have you back up on the dais. We want to thank all of our residents for participating in the civic process and in our wonderful democracy. So that's good. But we also want to congratulate Don for coming on back. So we're glad to see him in good health, walking around, even with a cane. But it's good to see you happy, healthy, and back, because we have had a very busy year, and it was tough without you, Don, but we're glad that you're healed up.
I'm glad to be here.
Really quickly, the Forest Park Library will be hosting a documentary with the County Commissioner Alicia Reese about the Black Music Walk of Fame, and that's going to be on Thursday, the 20th at 6:30. So we do want to thank the library for their partnership. They're always having wonderful events for the community, for residents to come out and enjoy. We also want to thank all of the residents who have served and who came out to our Veterans Day. So I want to thank Second Vice Mayor Dr. Moore and Terrence Harrison, not only for your service, but your leadership in bringing this event to the community, because it's been well received. And this was a very wonderful event. And again, out to our Clerk of Council, Ms. Takia Bailey, for showing up on the weekends, even when she doesn't want to. But it was a wonderful event, because I did get to attend that, and it was actually very well attended. So thank you. Also want to thank our local We Thrive chapter, because the produce pop-up, it actually looked very busy. So we thank Officer Wilson and our Fire Chief Hill and all of our volunteers who serve, because that is, it stays very busy, and it's a steady amount of people that comes. So we thank the volunteers, we thank everyone who has donated, and we do pray for everyone as they continue to receive their SNAP benefits, and everyone who is dealing with a bit of food insecurity at this time, especially as we go into the holiday season. And with that, I believe that concludes my report. But I do want to say really quickly, it has been an incredible honor to serve with each and every one of you on this dais. We have done a lot of work over the last couple of years, and we still have a lot more to go. Between all of the new community events, between all of the new businesses that are coming to the community, our best days, I've said this before, our best days are still ahead. And I'm just incredibly thankful to be able to serve our residents in this capacity, and then do it with all of these wonderful people, even if we don't always get along.
but we always are in agreement about moving forward to do what's best for this city. So it is my full intention to ask each and every one of you for your support to continue to serve in this capacity as mayor later this year. But with that, that concludes my report. So we're going to move on to item number 7, which is the city manager's report. And we are welcoming back our city manager, Mr. Don Jones.
Well, it's great to be back, and it's good to see everyone. I want to congratulate everyone on their recent elections, and look forward to serving with you folks again over the next couple of years. I want to remind everyone that, I'll make it short and sweet, the building is going to be closed, and all the facilities will be closed here
Right.
Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, and of course, Friday after Thanksgiving. So Thursday and Friday, the city will be closed in celebration of Thanksgiving and the holiday. Breakfast with Santa is coming up December 6th. That's a tradition that's been well attended. We want to thank all the folks who volunteer their time there, particularly the recreation folks. And it's coming up December 6th at 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. or p.m., 10 to 12 in the morning, at Frisch's Restaurant at 1122 Hamilton Avenue. That's, again, it's a tradition. It's not obviously the one here on Wenton anymore because it's closed, but the one on Hamilton Avenue, they've been doing it for the last couple of years, and it's been a great success. So we look forward to seeing everyone there, and of course, Santa will be there as well. Our tree lighting ceremony, the annual tree lighting ceremony we do every year, will be at the Forest Park Senior Center. That'll be December 1st. That's next Monday. Excuse me, 2 Mondays. Anyway, December 1st at 6:30 p.m. So come on out, and the public's welcome and invited. We'll have some caroling there, the kids, and it's always a great event. And of course, Santa will, of course, show up that day as well. So come to the tree lighting December 1st at 6:30 at the Senior Center. Again, we want to thank everyone for attending and for support of our veterans, and it's a great turnout at what now we consider our annual event for veterans. I want to thank everyone who had a hand in that, in particular our veterans up here on City Council, Rosalind and Terrence, for it's just a great thing that we do for our veterans, and we hope to continue it and make it even bigger. We also want to thank the students from Winton Woods High School that helped pick up leaves over the weekend. Partnership with People Working Cooperatively. We'll thank Megan and our Property Maintenance Department, and Wright, who's here as well, our environmental individual, and other staff that helped out, and it was a great event. I think there was 8 houses that they raked leaves and cleaned up around for everyone. So again, I want to thank all of those kids who helped out, and in particular Wright and Megan from our staff who helped organize it as well. And I also want to remind everyone, with the holidays coming up, I was thinking about this today, and I noticed a lot of car seats being installed at our fire department and our police department. So Officer Wilson and, of course, our fire chief, Hill, we have a great staff who is certified and trained on the installation of car seats. Now, people might think that's kind of a odd thing and anybody could do it, but if you don't do it right, you could really risk hurting your children. So what we do is it's a great program here. If you need to get your car seat, whether it's for your grandkids or for you or whatever, you need to get them installed properly. You just want to get them checked before you go on a trip, or just when you're picking them up from school. Give our fire department a call and come on out. It's free of charge, and they'll make sure that those car seats are installed properly, so you keep your kids safe while you're traveling around. And that's it for my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for that, Don. And yes, we do want to wish everybody a happy holiday, a wonderful Thanksgiving. Be careful if you plan to deep fry those turkeys.
Oh, yeah.
So we do want to mention that because there have been incidents. So moving on to item number 8, which are our other reports, and we're going to start with our law director, Mr. John Wyckoff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Previously, I reported to you that there was a lawsuit filed regarding revised code 9.681. That's the section that preempted local governments from doing any flavored tobacco type of controls. Trial court said that was unconstitutional, took away our home rule authority, and it went to the 10th District Court of Appeals up in Franklin County. and they just recently affirmed that decision. I assume the state Attorney General's office will make an attempt to get jurisdiction into the Supreme Court. Hopefully, they won't accept it because home rule has been around a long time. But if they do accept it, then you're looking at maybe a decision from the Supreme Court in a year and a half after the filing. So could be a long progress, but as of right now, there's good law to support the finding that it's unconstitutional. Chris Lewis he's not here, he's left, but he's been working a lot and sharing with me documentation that I've reviewed and we've discussed. There's the purchase sale agreement and the lease with the church that we've worked on. He also provided to me, and I commented on, a proposal for vacant commercial building registration. And I had heard the best comment on the news last night or the day before. In the city of Cincinnati, they're doing that, and they have a housing shortage, affordable housing shortage. And they said that the registration of these vacant buildings in Cincinnati really serve two purposes. One is to make sure they don't become hazards to the community, and the other is they're looking at the possibility of turning some of those vacant commercial buildings into housing stock. So I thought that was an interesting take. I also assisted the police department on a couple things. One was a review of a contract with our vendor that provides in-depth search information, as far as license plates and background checks of offenders, that type of thing. And also, I pointed out to our city manager and our chief of police that the state just recently passed House Bill 44. It's been signed by the governor. The idea is to speed up or make more accessible the hiring of police recruits. So they're going to allow the city to fill vacant police positions in the classified service without a competitive exam under certain circumstances. And it's also going to allow police chiefs to conduct their own training schools for prospective police officers. One thing is also in there a credit of 5 points for civil service exams that the chief of police can determine the parameters for. So the chief is going to be looking into that, and hopefully that helps not only our community, but the surrounding communities with respect to their need for additional police officers. Other than that, I have nothing else to report. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Mr. Wyckoff, did you say that was House Bill 44, sir?
House Bill 44, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that, John. Moving on to our other report from our Clerk of Council, Ms. Takia Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report that ordinance number 33-2025 and 34-2025, as well as resolutions number 38-2025 through 41-2025, was posted as required, and that concludes my report.
All right, thank you. That concludes item number 8. Moving on to item number 9, which is unfinished business, and there aren't any. Moving on to item number 10, which is new business, and I need a motion to suspend.
I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read for the first time by title only ordinance number 33-2025 and 34-2025.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Only that the ordinance were posted 6 days prior to this meeting.
Thank you for that, Vice Mayor. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend?
Adams?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
Holt?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Sylvester?
Yes.
All right, motion to suspend passes 7-0. Will the clerk please read ordinance number 33-2025 by title only?
Ordinance number 33-2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 150, Land Usage, Appendix G of the Forest Park Codified Ordinances, and approving a development plan for an 80-unit senior living apartment building at 1260 West Kemper Road.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bailey. This is a first reading, so we will not vote on this today. All right. Now, will the clerk please read ordinance number 34-2025 by title only?
Ordinance number 34-2025, an ordinance authorizing an agreement between the City of Forest Park and the Board of Hamilton County Commissioners relative to the improvement of West Sharon Road.
All right, thank you for that, Ms. Bailey. This is also a first reading, so we are not voting on this as well. And I need another motion to suspend.
I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read for the first time by title only, resolutions number 38-2025 through 41-2025.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Only that these resolutions were posted 6 days prior to the meeting.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion?
Brown,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
All right, motion to suspend passes 7-0. Will the clerk please read resolution number 38-2025 by title only?
Resolution number 38-2025, a resolution amending the designation of depositories by city council and authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with those depository agencies.
Thank you, Ms. Bailey. Is there a motion, Councilmember Sylvester?
Yes, I move to adopt resolution number 38-2025.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. At this time, we will invite our finance director to the podium to explain this resolution and answer any questions that council may have.
This
Thomason.
resolution is to add a depository, sorry, excuse me, bridge payments. Bridge payments would be exchanged for what used to be Infintech. These are services that we use to process online payments for our Baldwin software, which impacts mayor's court and income tax. So the vendor actually decides who we can accept payments from. So they have switched from Infintech to bridge payments. So we need to add bridge payments to the depository. In doing so, I was also training Hui Ming, my assistant, to do these type of legislation. And when she did it, we did not notice that the contract period, because we had rebid the banking, had been renewed for 5 years. So in the original presentation, it still referred to the old contract, even though we had rebid it and awarded it to Fifth Third for the next 5 years. So we updated to the new contract period, as well as adding bridge payments. Now, we cannot take off Infintech because they still have one process that needs to be converted. So, but over time, it will all go to bridge payments. That makes sense.
That makes sense. Thank you. Does anyone have any other questions?
How long is that Infintech process before you can convert fully over?
That is based upon the vendor making improvements to the software so we can transition that final processing service to the new vendor. So they have been doing them all. They started with one of the two payments in income tax. So there is one process in income tax that still needs to use Infintech.
You guess maybe 6 months, a year? I'm looking for.
Probably a year, because we will be upgrading to a new software altogether for income tax. We were supposed to do it in January, but with the cyber technology requirements that the president put out recently, they've delayed that for a year so they can bring in all that new technology.
Would that pose any additional cost?
Oh, sure. Yes, it will cost more.
Is it already in the?
Oh, no.
Yes.
We are on a 1980 server with our income tax. So Rob and Garrett and I caress and pray daily that that thing does not break down.
All right, Ms. Thomason, now's not the time to try to petition for some more money for
No, but they
finance.
are working on a cloud-based solution.
Right.
But they have been doing that for the last, 4 years. So we just pray the old server doesn't die. We've migrated it to new environments, but it still is a very old database. So it's going to take a lot to convert it. But it's a small company. You're talking about a mom and pop shop. I think they have 6 employees altogether trying to do this software. So
Real quick, though, just to clarify, the Infintech, that's the new, the other software you just talked about, that's new tax software.
new income
Yeah,
tax software.
But the InfinTech is.
Is a credit
is a-
card
is a
process,
credit
a
card
merchant
process, and
card.
that won't cost anymore having both of them at the same
We
time.
just got that, didn't we?
We'll have one or the other. It don't
Well,
cost anymore.
merchant service processors are who process our credit cards online.
Yeah.
So it has to do with what that, software will accept. So they don't accept every credit card processor. They dictate to us who can provide us with the service, and then we turn around and contract with those people. So they informed us that they would be switching from InfinTech to Bridge Payments. So we met with Bridge Payments, found out what the fees were, found out the new processes, and we're switching over. The benefit is that Bridge Payments will not charge us for our swipers, so we are virtually getting it at no cost because you don't have to pay for the new swipers. Whereas InfinTech and some of our other merchant service processors, we have to buy our own swipers, so it costs you every time they switch.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Y'all
right,
have a good evening, and congratulations to all of you that were reelected.
Thank you, Ms. Harlita.
Look forward to working with you all.
Yes, ma'am.
will the clerk please call the roll on resolution, on the motion to adopt?
Clark,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Holt, Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Brown.
Yes. All right, resolution number 38-2025 passes 7-0. Will the clerk please read resolution number 39-2025 by title only?
Resolution number 39-2025, adjusting solid waste and recycling collection service fees for the city of Forest Park, Ohio, for the period beginning January 1, 2026, and ending December 31, 2028.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bailey. Is there a motion, Councilmember Adams?
Yes, this resolution is to adjust solid waste. I'm
Really
sorry.
quick, you
I'm
have to
sorry,
make
yes, I make a
yes.
motion, thank you so much. I'm still learning. But I make a motion to adjust the solid waste and recycling collection service fees for the city of Forest Park.
Second. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes. Now, is there further discussion?
Yes, there is further discussion. This resolution is to adjust solid waste and recycling collection fees for single and two-family households within the city of Forest Park. The adjusted rates will be in effect for the remainder of the 2023 to 2028 Rumpke contract.
All right. Thank you for that, Councilmember Adams. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to adopt?
Harrison?
Yes.
Holt?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Sylvester?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
All right, resolution number 39-2025 passes 7-0. All right, now will the clerk please read resolution number 40-2025 by title only?
Resolution number 40-2025, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Exxon Enterprise, Inc. to provide a suite of policing products to include body cameras, in-car cameras, Taser 10 systems, redaction assistance software, translation services, transcription services, and unlimited digital storage for the city of Forest Park.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bailey. Is there a motion, Councilmember Harrison?
Yes, I move that we adopt resolution number 40-2025.
It's been moved and properly seconded. You got to enter the mic.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
No additional discussion is needed as the resolution was previously addressed under presentations by the police department.
All right, thank you for that, Councilmember Harrison. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion?
Holt?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Sylvester?
Yes.
Adams?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Clark?
And just as I had previously said, I'm just not sure that the cost savings is worth our future flexibility on a 10-year contract, so my vote is a no.
Harrison?
Yes.
All right, resolution number 40-2025 passes 6-1. Will the clerk please read resolution number 41-2025 by title only?
Resolution number 41-2025, authorizing the city manager to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or local transportation improvement programs, and to execute contracts as required.
All right, thank you for that, Ms. Bailey. Is there a motion, Councilmember Sylvester?
Yes, I move to adopt resolution number 41-2025.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
This legislation allows for the application to OPWC for a potential grant for the Waycross Road improvements from Winton Road to Hanover Road. The city is requesting $415,000 from OPWC funds for this project. And the city is also applying for a MRF fund to assist with the project. So, with that, I motion for resolution number 41-2025.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Sylvester. Will the clerk call the roll on the motion to adopt?
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 41-2025 passes 7-0. Will the clerk please read resolution 42-2025 in full, as it was not posted?
Resolution number 42-2025, a resolution declaring a moratorium on tobacco stores and stands, vape stores, smoke shops, and other similar establishments for 180 days. Whereas Appendix B of the zoning code classifies all retailers primarily engaged in the sale of cigarettes, cigars, tobacco, and smokers' supplies as tobacco stores and stands. Whereas this definition does not include nicotine products developed since the zoning code was adopted in 1986, such as e-cigarettes, vape juices, tanks, and other accessories or non-tobacco products intended to stimulate or replace the smoking of tobacco. And whereas it is in the interest of the citizens of Forest Park that no new applications for stores, stands, or other retailers known as smoke shops, vape stores be accepted until such time as council has studied these establishments and established rules and regulations to protect the public's health, safety, and welfare. And now therefore be it resolved by the council of the city of Forest Park, Ohio. Section 1, a moratorium is hereby declared on the review of applications and issuance of new zoning certificates of compliance for tobacco stores and stands, smoke shops, vape shops, or other similar establishments as determined by the zoning administrator. Section 2, the moratorium will automatically expire 180 days following the effective date unless terminated or extended by resolution of council. Section 3, applications that were properly filed or in process prior to the passage of this resolution may continue to be processed and zoning certificates of compliance issued, notwithstanding the moratorium. Section 4, this resolution shall be in full force and take effect from and after its passage.
Thank you for that, Ms. Bailey. Is there a motion, Councilmember, or Dr. Moore?
Thank you. I move to adopt Resolution 42-2025.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion, Doctor?
Yes, this was read in full, and I urge adoption.
All right. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to adopt?
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 42-2025 passes 7-0. All right, now will the clerk please read, this will also be in full. Resolution number 43-2025 in full.
Resolution number 43-2025, a resolution declaring a moratorium on churches and other places of worship for 180 days. Whereas the comprehensive master plan identified multiple sites within the city suitable for a church or other place of worship, all such establishments hereinafter referred to as church, and whereas churches are a permitted use in the R1, R2, and R3 one-family residence zones, provided that the property is a minimum of 2 acres in size and located on a primary or secondary thoroughfare as designated on the official thoroughfare plan. And whereas the use status of churches as is classified in Appendix B of the zoning code as category 8661, religious organizations for all non-residential zones in the city. And whereas it is in the interest of the citizens of Forest Park that churches are in locations that are compatible with the surrounding area and promote the character and orderly development of the city. And whereas a period of up to 6 months is necessary for the planning commission and council to study the number, current locations, and potential future location of churches and other places of worship, and to modify or establish rules and regulations that will protect the public health, safety, and general welfare. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the City of Forest Park, Ohio, Section 1, a moratorium is hereby declared on the review of applications and issuance of new zoning certificates of compliance for churches and other places of worship, also known as religious organizations. Section 2, the submission of a permit application shall not vest any development rights in effect prior to the effective date of this resolution unless a certificate of zoning compliance has been issued by the zoning administrator. Section 3, all valid zoning certificates of compliance for churches issued prior to the effective date of this resolution shall remain valid notwithstanding the moratorium. Section 4, the moratorium will automatically expire after 180 days following the effective date unless terminated or extended by resolution of council. Section 5, this resolution shall be in full force and take effect from and after its passage.
All right, thank you for that, Ms. Bailey. I move to adopt resolution number 43-2025. All
Second.
right, it's been moved and properly seconded. So as you heard, it was read in full, but our current zoning allows churches as a permitted use in the office and planned office districts, which leaves buildings that are a part of the economic and tax base of the city open to conversion to a church use, which would include currently vacant buildings such as the old Walmart and now the Old Time Pottery, very large buildings that could be used for tax purposes or a local business. We are proposing this moratorium to study the issue and adjust the zoning so that Forest Park will have an appropriate amount of land zoned for this use. So the moratorium will not affect any of the churches already in Forest Park, and we do have well over a dozen churches currently. And with that, I will urge adoption. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to adopt?
Adams,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 43-2025 passes 7-0. Moving on to item number I, is there a motion? Councilmember Harrison.
Yes, I make a motion to appoint the following individuals to the respective boards and/or commissions. Kristen Merritt to the Beautification Commission, the expiration date of 11/30/2028. Chuck Johnson to the Charter Revision Committee, expiration date 11/30/2030. Ed Stadnick to Civil Service Commission, expiration date 11/30/2028. Diana Herbie, Environmental Awareness Board of Directors, expiration date 11/30/2028. Steve Herbold, Environmental Awareness Board of Directors, expiration date 11/30/2028. Chuck Johnson, Planning Commission, expiration date 11/30/2030. Sharice Wilson, Quality of Life Commission, expiration date 11/30/2028. Dante Harris, Quality of Life Commission, expiration date 11/30/2028. Sharice Wilson, Recreation Commission, expiration date 11/30/2028. Yvonne Starkey Posey, Recreation Committee, expiration date 11/30/2028. Dennis Tepe, Tax Review Board, expiration date 11/30/2028. And Amadou Dia, Tax Review Board, expiration date 11/30/2028.
All right, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
None at this time. Just
All right.
move that all appointees be reapproved.
Thank you for that, Councilmember Harrison. This could be a voice vote, but I'll do a roll call on this one. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion?
Brown,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
All right, motion passes 7-0. All right, now, next item, I make a motion to recess from December 16th, 2025 through January 11th, 2026.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. We go on recess every year for the holiday season, so it'll start December 16th, and we will reconvene January 11th, which I believe will always start on a work session, correct? All right, and this could be a voice vote. So all those in favor, let it be known by the sound of voting aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes 7-0. And last item, is there a motion, Councilmember Sylvester?
Yes, I motion to receive the general funds summary report as contained in the departmental reports.
Is a motion on the floor, has it been seconded?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and probably seconded. You have to speak into the mic. Is there any further discussion?
My voice on y'all.
That's why the mic is going to amplify the voice that you still have. Is there any further discussion?
No, sir.
All right, this could be a voice vote as well. All those in favor, let it be known by the sound of voting aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes 7-0. Now, is there any other business to come before the body? Is there any other business to come before the body? Is there any other business to come before the body? Hearing none, this council meeting is adjourned.